being followed. We go straight into some commercials. The Maestro van, of which there are there's quite a number of them today at the show. I say this every time, but of course vans lived a hard life from day one.
If you make a donation,
but there's a number of vans today, including this Land Rover Freelander Maestro Mule, obviously being used as a test bed. But there's more vans here. Most Maestro vans I've seen together. I think I recognise this Maestro. Now of course you do get to recognise cars and owners. I think this is Dan's Maestro, very nice. And I think Dan was travelling with the owner of this Maestro next to it. So yes, someone's travelled to be at the show, fair play to him. Recognise this car, I'm sure this is Jim's Maestro Advantage, very nice. So credit to you, Jim, if you're watching the video. And of course a beautiful turbo. We have another well-travelled MG Maestro. A couple of turbos. This reminds me I need to get Millie's engine bay sorted. Another Maestro MG. And I can see next to this MG we've got a K-Series powered Maestro here. So VVC, so 1.8 VVC. Well, that drives nice. We've got more vans up on the hill. Let's have a quick look. So that won't be a talking dash one because it's a C-Reg, but I had one the same colour, same spec. Very nice. This one of course sporting its British Telecom.
A few moments later.
British Telecom livery I was trying to say there, but the sun's getting to me already, everyone. And obviously this one's sporting its Royal Mail livery. Another well-travelled one, all the way from the Netherlands. Right, we've got some MGs, MGFs, MGTFs to look at. Do you know, as I'm looking at these, I just have no clue as to why I've not managed to own one of these yet in my life. Even Jeremy Clarkson loved them at launch, the MG or the MGF. Mid-engine K-Series. That's lovely. They're all lovely. That's part of the Arden MG Club, it says. I was a little concerned with the weather this morning and it might put people off, and I'm sure it's put a few people off, but there's still lots to see. So that's a nice early MGF. That'd be the kind I would go for, everyone. Nice early example in red. Stunning, love that. If you're into your older MGs, I love them all. Look at this. Wow. Stunning engine bay. That's beautiful. So we got TF, another F, some classics, lovely. Loving the dials. So again, this one looks like it's got an interesting story stuck to the windscreen. £20 Maestro. Recently won this Apple 2000 Maestro for £20 and then Facebook classic car raffle. Nice VP.
Yeah.
These are Maestro and Montego Owners Club's cars, just to be clear. Two-litre diesel, that'll be the Perkins engine. What it lacked in refinement, it didn't lack on fuel economy or reliability.
See you in a bit. See you in a bit.
So many Maestros together, it's fantastic. Van Dumplar. MGF hiding there, and of course the van that I've seen at many shows, including the Festival of the Unexceptional. Wouldn't surprise me if it's at the Festival of the Unexceptional in a few weeks' time. I love the Austin and the Morris 1100 and 1300s, of which you've got a GT over there in the corner. I'm being followed. If anyone knows who this chap is, can they send him back, please?
Thanks, Paul.
Thank you, Rick.
Sorry we didn't play.
Yeah, I've got the good equipment.
The Royal Way.
Just look. I'm a sucker for a Maestro turbo. Well, that looks different. That was a fair share of Maestros, wasn't it, everyone? That man's still talking to a camera, look. Thank you. I like to play you up, Rick. I do apologise. So we go with the Stags. Stag Owners Club, of course. You'll hear people say about period colours, but you know, there were some interesting colours, weren't there, in the 70s, early 80s in particular. I can see some Toledos and Dolomite Sprints.
It's like a daytime one. So you've got a little indicator light.
So the weather has been kind to us now, everyone. Owners have had chance to park up, give the car a quick polish. They're all looking lovely in this gorgeous sunshine. So you got Club Triumph. So of course it was the Dolomite Sprints that we've just seen, and the TR7s were the first cars that Bodie and Doyle would have driven on the CI5, the professionals. If you're old enough to remember that, I'll put a little clip in now, everyone. But my understanding is good old British Leyland then decided that it wasn't worth them having the car. So if you think of what product placement does for selling, I would suggest that Ford did well out to CI5, the professionals, for sure. Next to a Herald. TR8s. Right, what have we got next? You've got the Club with 6 appeal, apparently. I think I know what they're doing there. The Triumph Register.
charger? Yeah, I've got the power bank. Can I use it?
As if they weren't rare enough anyway, you've got two estates next to each other. Fantastic.
Have you got a cigarette light charger?
Bit of upgraded headlamps going on there with daytime running lights.
Because I've got a lot of fire in the back. Or it's truck.
Them wheels would be a pig to clean, wouldn't they? But it'd be a joy as well, just to keep them looking like that. That's a nice colour. I don't know if that's an original colour, but it's nice. So there's plenty of TRs going on here. And then as the breeze is starting to come through, we've got the rear of some Triumph 2000s. Now that's just stunning, I love that one, in that colour. It's a Triumph with overdrive. And more at the back here. Got a mini snuck in the middle. And we're about to move into Range Rover territory, including, let's be honest, a modern one. My favourite Range Rover would be definitely the L322. V8 diesel, lovely. That would be my favourite. So we've got the Jarrett Car Club here. A little Diddy commercial, look at that, ain't that beautiful? Jarrett Car Club 100 year anniversary, very nice. And then we blend, not necessarily seamlessly, into the Marinas and Itals. Again, an estate survivor. Right, maybe a bit more seamlessly, we'll go from the Marinas to the Allegros, of which the first one is a certain fellow that we've already caught on camera today. It's Rick's Agatha. Hello Agatha. Next to any keep. Of course, they have also celebrated the Allegro's 50-year anniversary.
Alright,
Yeah, that's alright.
you want to work down here?
Can't you tell, snuck in here. So the next lot of cars are on the Metro Owners Club stand. So later, please note the badging. They stopped calling it Austin and it's kind of going into the Rover territory, so it's just got a unique badge. Next to a very nice VP. Next to our Millie, of course. Looking shiny in the sun again. Next to an equally nice MG Metro here. And next to another one here. More of, I guess, what you call a rat look Metro City X here. I think I saw this one at Pride of Longbridge. Still got the Supercare sticker in the window, love it. Cabrio, don't see them anymore, apart from that one of course. This one's James's, let's be honest, unique pickup. James runs the Facebook group called Metro Madness. I'll put a link in the description below. This car has travelled from Glasgow today. It's owned by the guy that runs the channel Bobster's Cars. This one's Ben's lovely MG Metro that he's rebuilt himself. This one is Norman, chatting again to the owner of this morning, a Metro City. I love it because base spec, great colour, beige interior. Now if you'd have asked me in the 80s, I would have run a mile. But you ask me now in 2023, that's the car I love. Fantastic. Obviously next to a, it's going to either be a GSI or SLI. Let's have a look. SLI 114. Good colour. GTA 5-door. Another MG Metro like Millie, which is apparently for sale at time of filming. Next to an earlier generation MG Metro. Next to a later generation MG Metro. And a couple of more 5-doors, including the Rover Metro at the end here. 4 Acclaims. So Triumph Acclaim. And then we're going to zip round to the Montegos and the Rover 600s. So Countryman Estate, which I'm guessing will have the 7 seats, and if it's got the 7 seats it'll have a laminated back window, because of course the kiddies would be facing, you could argue, the wrong way. They'd be looking out the back window. I wonder if anyone's watching this video, was you ever a child in the back of a 7-seater Montego, and if so, did you do what most children would do if they're staring back at cars behind them? You can just imagine what they'd be doing. So some lovely 600s. Okay, the bonnet's fading, but you know, it's honest. Oh, there's some lack appeal going on in a second. But it's still on the road. All credit to the owner. I would rather see a car on the road like that than one being trailered in and never being used as a car. Each to their own, but that's just my opinion. I'm allowed it. So we've got this splendid commercial vehicle here, and I know we've seen this one on video before. I love the model car that's on the back of it. Austin J40 pedal car. Look at that. As a child, you'd really be doing well if you were able to have one of those. It wouldn't look in that condition though, would it? I still love Austin of England badge. Love it. So Atlantic convertible, I know because it says it. I'm more of a 70s 80s man as far as any potential knowledge of cars, but very nice anyway.
Well, the reason, yes. Well, the reason that the army asked for security,
So we got the standard motor club, it says. The roof with the sun visor on the top of the windscreen. It's just a stunning car. We got the Mini Cooper register. They just suit the spot lamps, don't they? But again, certain colours really do attract my attention, and that's definitely one of them. Very nice. For the Mini Cooper, 1972 Triumph. So again, there's another great colour combination for me, everyone. Love that. Now I'm a Brummie, so I can't pronounce anything correctly, but Brian Kulchev, that says to me. Very nice. It's probably Kulsif or something. You can let me know in the comments below. Right. The Cambridge Oxford Owners Club. Let's have a look what they've got on offer today. So this one's a 1961 A60 Cambridge. Very nice. Again, although I love polishing cars, I do like the used look. Didn't we build some great cars in the UK, everyone? We really did. Lovely. Well, there's a Ratlook pickup. We now have the Gay Classic Car Group, it's called. Saw them at the NEC Resto show. Loving the MG. But again, it's a bit of bad stuff going on here because of course you've got the Austin 1100 1300, the Wolseley 1100 1300, then the Allegro, next to a Maxi, next to another Maxi, next to a light SD3 200. Nice Vitesse. I do like the SD3. Now I do happen to know, because I used to work in the automotive glazing industry, that as lovely as they are, and they are, there is a fault with them that hides itself really well. So you could have a car that could come into our workshop looking as mint as this one in front of us now, and you'd be replacing the windscreen. You cut the windscreen out and the whole scuttle panel along the bottom had rotted away, which meant for the poor customer, he drove a car in but then could not drive it home until it was repaired, but still loved them anyway. Nice 800 there. Nice SD1 there. Let's have a peek what we've got here, including the lovely big Jag XJ8. Very nice. Next to 25, next to BRM. Next to what I would always describe as an honest Maxi. Next to a 75, not dissimilar to Reg of course, but with the much bigger engine being a 2.5. Anyway, we are still on the Gay Classic Car Group. Love the Mini. Love the TF. I am a sucker for the MGF. Right, what we got next? Let's have a look at some of the big fodder. Again, this is perfect weather for this kind of show.
so then I don't believe in chasing.
Yes, we have just passed a fellow YouTuber, yes. Can't remember what Ian's bringing today, but we'll no doubt see the car, and I'll try not to pass it without recognising it. We've even got some LDVs here. My hometown, of course, if you know, or you probably can tell anyway by the voice, is Birmingham. I used to live down the road from where these were built in Washwood Heath. Of course, that plant has long since departed. You had the Sherpa, which I think was renamed 200, and then you had the wide body one that I think was renamed to 400. Don't quote me on that. Then you got a couple of lovely campers. I almost missed the TR register. I should know because they're in the same place last year. Let's have a look. But you know, as we zoom around the front here, if you go to classic car shows, and I'm guessing you probably do if you're watching this video, everyone, it's as much to do with the owners and speaking to the owners, the passionate owners, as it is about the cars themselves. Because at the end of the day, we just get passionate about our cars, don't we? We even don't mind telling people about the faults, but we just love our cars. What a cracking colour. Don't think there's so many on this stand this year, and I do think the weather might have put a few off, but as you can see, the light bulb has lit. The UK clouds can't stop it. We're kind of on the upper car park section now, and the risk is there are going to be other cars over there, which I'm going to try and film some of quickly, but they never feel like they're quite into the show themselves. Anyway, we'll have a look. Have I mentioned I like badge bars? Yeah, I think I have. A Wolseley version of a Princess there. All I can see glinting in the sun is a whole lot of chrome. The good old days of chrome, do you remember that? Before we had to go into crash protection and pedestrian protection and plastic bumpers and all that jazz. Getting the, is it Autosol? Getting the Autosol out and polishing up the chrome. That to me sounds like a relaxing job. Lovely convertible there, replete with a number of badges. If you've never been to the show, everyone, I would hope you would agree it's a fantastic day out. I would fully recommend the BMC and Leyland Show at Gaydon in Warwickshire. It's about an hour and 15-minute drive for us, but a lot of people have travelled much further today, and I think it's worth it. Lovely. Right, we've got some more here, including a lovely commercial. Coventry and Warwickshire Morris Minor Owners Club.
So he was down there, he said he was very impressed by the Porsche Owners Club hospitality.
Another headlamp conversion going on here.
I've got Roger Cook. Oh yes, we know Roger Cook.
And again, a nice early patinated example there. And we've seen this one before at the show. Next to one called Hilda, apparently. Yeah, a Hillman imp called Hilda. There's lots of goodies to look at today. And what I haven't done yet is gone around the stall, so I've got my wallet. Could be dangerous. Interesting irony here that we've got old cars parked next to EV chargers. I know what I'd prefer. One plugged in. I'll have a look. That's everyone. I'm laughing because, of course, you're going to see in a second. That is my kind of EV. Look at that. So hiding behind this one, we've got another SD3. So obviously Vanden Park Owners Club and another SD3. So VP Owners Club basically, everyone. Mini 40 register. Got some nice examples on their stand today. So next on the list is some R8 Rover 200s, Tourer, 45, 200, SD3, back to the R8 again. And have a look at the Peugeot engine 218 SD R8. It's an early example. Nice 3-door, very nice. So this one's the 200 and 400 Owners Club. Over here, of course, we've got what some people recognise as Project Nigel. And then we get to the Streetwise again. If you watch the channel, I want a Streetwise. Maybe one day. While I'm here, we'll stay with the 45s. It's quite a light example. Very nice. Let's have a look at the Tomcat. There's a 3-door 220 GTI as well, which I like. So it's a Rover Coupe Owners Club. With the split removable roof, very nice. Next to 214 SLI, running 24,000 miles apparently. More coupes. No one for sale.
Some of those, yeah, some of those.
So we'll go past these 3 Rovers here. And we'll go round to the DRMs. With a unique combination, of course, of orange on green and red leather interior. And 1800 VVC engines. There's a good turnout of BRMs today. Nice to see. Next to 800 coupes. next to a fastback, another coupe. Rather splendid Vitesse fastback. That completes that part there. So we've got some SD1s. Right, we're going to run again. It's a Wolseley and Austin version. That's rather nice. They're all nice, but that's rather nice. You know, for people that can't make it to the show, everyone, you're spoilt for choice on the tube with a U, because there's certainly plenty of people, including myself of course, that film YouTube videos that are here today. But I think it's nice that we capture the moment on camera, as we end with some Maxis and the Maxi Owners Club. That's rather nice. Midget and Sprite Club. We'll have a look at these, and then we're going to have a look and see what we can find on the car park. Not forgetting the Princesses and Wolseleys up there, of course. I was just reading I was cheating there. So a Riley 9 Tourer, very nice. MG Magnet, I believe. Princess with the vinyl roofs. Used to love vinyl roofs, but of course it's very easy for that vinyl roof to hide a multitude of problems. Rusting away underneath while still looking nice on top. Know the feeling. Right, okay. Let's go and see what's on the car park. Right, if you're sitting at home watching this now on the telly, I want you to get up off your sofa and start jogging on the spot. This is going to be a very quick zip by, everyone, so apologies if you're watching and your car was up here. We are going to do a lap, but it's going to be a quick lap just to capture what was here, including mini moke. I believe that says the 1100 Club. Trying to cut through next to this beautiful ZR. That's rather splendid, with Lego dust caps. I can't look at that car and not mention the Lego dust caps, everyone. Oh, I'm out of breath. ZS A35. You don't have to know cars to know that one. Again, there's so many celebrations that have been going on. Now I'm going to like this one, aren't I? And I've probably seen it at the show before, and I've probably commented about it before. But it's a beautiful Metro GT8. It's pretty much the same as Millie, but with a turbo body kit, albeit in black, but the same wheels. Absolutely gorgeous. Not taking away anything from these, of course. How can you not like a car with bears inside? Nice Riley there. Let's look at these. So again, a well-travelled MGF. All the man, fair play to him. This is obviously going to be a special. There's always specials. I can't think what that one's called, but it looks beautiful. So as I said earlier in the video, even the TF but certainly an early MGF. I'm surprised I have yet to own one. Just hide the camera for that. Sprite, another F, and another F, and another F. We're going to end with a 75, but a later version to Reggie. Right, if you like your 75s, honest opinion in the comments below. I think the 75 and the ZT version for the MG badge is still a 75. I think they look fantastic as a tourer. Let me know in the comments below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Tell me why. I think that looks stunning as an estate, as I would have called them back in the day. Next to another late 75 and a V8 powered MG version. As I blow bugs off my hand. That's I love this colour. Got a matching roof box as well. That is a good colour combo for me, everyone. So there's a Bullet insignia even that says on the bottom of the door there. That one's a 2 litre version, but I love the colour combo. That is very nice. I would be more than happy to own that car as is. Next to another tourer. Later 25 of course, and another tourer. That's an early Cowley built 75, Cowley built of course because it's got a black sill. It's not because it's been repaired, although being a 75 it quite possibly has been repaired. Back to the MG version. That's Reggie's colour. So of course I'm going to like that one, aren't I? So we're going to end with another tourer that side. A Montego estate. Love it. Some Land Rovers.
Oh, we know where the car was back. Oh, we've got plenty of room to put in.
So someone's actually leaving. So that one proudly says it's a 180. So the 180 PS of course. Another 75 hiding there. Another MG version there.
Yeah.
One coming in. Lovely.
No, Gelt.
And this old fella here. I don't mean the one behind the camera. There's an early-ish 75. Good colour. I personally prefer big cars to be a darker colour on the outside and a light colour on the inside, even though Reggie's got dark blue seats. Another colour combo that I like. I'm glad I've come up to this part, everyone. The problem is you're so far back. If you're one of the people that owns a car here and are showing it today, you're so far back you just get the impression that some people, for whatever reason, they're not going to venture up here, but I'm glad I did. Mini Traveller. Look at that for old Mini. Lovely. A Metro Mosaic now. Like many cars, the Metro Mosaic is one of many special editions that were done for the Metro. Next to a Honda powered Mini. That's going to move well. Couple more Travellers. We've got a gorgeous pickup over here. Look at that. Next to a 1275 GT. Lovely. This Mini looks like it's well travelled if you look at the stickers in the windows. Another headlamp conversion. We're getting few and far between now. I do think we're getting to the end, everyone. Please stick with us. We're nearly there. I know this is a long one, and I know some people will film it even quicker and just add a bit of music, and some will spend hours. For me, it's more of a walk past, walk by the cars that you could have seen if you'd made it to the show. A camper LDV. the wind's picking up a bit up here. So ZS, ZT. There's quite a good mix up on this back end of the car park, everyone. TF, lovely coupe, very nice. And sounds even nicer, thank you very much. Couldn't have timed that better. There's some absolute beauties. I've got this GT6. Again, there's just certain colours that really do gel with me, and that's one of them. I have to zip past this one because there's a lot of people chatting. I'm trying to capture that car coming past again, the coupe. Just listen. I could listen to that all day. Who needs a radio when you got that? If you've got smell-o-vision now. So the 800s again, and an SD1 tucked at the side. And then we've got the MGs. I think Fran's going to find out, Fran being my wife if you don't know everyone, if you're new to the channel, I think Fran's going to find out that there's another car being added to the list today. Oh dear. That'll be an MGF. You know, there's a lonely 400 Tourer over here and I'm not going to miss it out. I'm sure many of you follow Matt Furious Driving. He's having some problems with his Tourer at the moment, but even so, the paintwork's a little better on that one. I'm sure that wouldn't have a problem with me saying that, but I didn't want to miss that out any more than the ZT here. I'm already looking forward to the 2024 show. Thank you very much for watching. Hit the like button if you liked this, because it does help build the channel, and if you're not subscribed, there's going to be a link that appears just here in a minute. It's completely free, of course, and I know some people don't like channels that keep repeating it, but YouTube works in mysterious ways, and liking videos and commenting, sharing and subscribing really does help build the channel, and we value that. Enjoy whatever it is you're driving, people, and I'll see you on the next one.